All right, compressed air friends. So the last video got chopped off at the end, but it's okay. You didn't miss anything. So now that we've got the form created, what we need to do is we need to come over here to Power Automate, and we need to make the automation that is going to make this form useful. See, I got about a million things in here, but what we're going to do is I think I'm just going to build a new one from scratch. I was going to just show you how mine works, but I think it might be beneficial just to build one from scratch. So when we come in here to Power Automate, you're going to click right over here where it says My Flows. And of course, your list is going to be empty. And then you're just going to click up here where it says New Flow. And we are going to make right here an automated cloud flow. And it's going to ask you to give your flow a name, call it customer follow-up or whatever you want. And then down here, it's going to ask you for a trigger. A trigger is just whatever's going to start this form off, which in our case is going to be when a new response is submitted via Microsoft Forms. We're just going to click that guy right there, and we're going to hit create. And boom. So right here is our trigger. So now we have to come in here and we have to tell this which form to look for right here. Now, when you hit this drop down list, it's going to give you, like, for example, it's giving me all the forms I have at my disposal. You'll probably only have the one, so it'll be pretty easy, but just select your form right here. And once we do that, boom, that thing's happy. All right, so now what we have to do is we have to click our plus icon because we're going to add another action. And right here in your search bar, you're going to type in get response. And that should pull up the block that we need right here. You can see this is under the Microsoft Forms heading, and we want to get response details. Form ID is going to be that same form. So this is going to be the exact same form you selected in this step. And then the response ID, we're going to click over here on the lightning bolt for dynamic data. And then we're just going to select response ID right here. That's it. Okay. Whoops. Get zoomed back out here. I double clicked when I shouldn't have. Okay. This step, this step. Now the last step in this automation, so we're going to click the plus again. And again, right over here in our search box, we're going to type send an email. And that is going to bring up right here under Office 365 Outlook, send an email version 2. Click on that guy. All right. So the 2, this is going to be where you're sending this email. So for our purposes, I'm going to send this right back to myself. But this is going to be, who do you want this email to go to in your office? You know, who does your quoting or whatever. Subject line. So what I do for this one is I put follow up for, and now we're going to add some dynamic content. So we're going to click the lightning bolt here, and right here under get response details, we have customer name. So now what this is going to do is in the subject line of this email, it's going to say follow up for, and then whatever that customer's name was you just put in that form, it's got to fill it in here. And then we're going to put a space, and I usually put job number, and then again, dynamic content. And sometimes the stuff you want isn't right there, but it is this time. So work order number, bam. So right there in the subject line, they've got the customer name and the work order number staring them right in the face. So now we're going to come down here to the body of the email. And this is the part that gets a little bit time consuming, but basically for every line of that form that we made, we are now going to have a line in the email where that information is going to come in. So what we need to do is you will type customer name, space, and now we're going to come to our dynamic content and we're going to grab customer name. Okay. Again, I'm going to go back to my form to use as a template. Prepare priority. I'm sure I spelled that all kinds of wrong, but I don't care. And repair priority. Next. Work order number. Remember to always put your colon in your space. That way this thing stays readable. And contact on site. Contact phone. Contact email. Machine make. All right, so we can see now right out here, I don't have machine make listed right here. So we have to click up here where it says see more. There's 19 items hidden. Machine make. Machine model. Machine part number. All right, now repairs recommended. Parts and material needed. Check my timer here. Oh, we got plenty of time. Plenty of time. All right. All right. Parts, materials needed. Number of texts. And again, you can word this stuff anyway that suits you. This is just me. Just wanted to give you a template maybe to work off of. And hours on site for each tech. Spot for repair. Difficulty. There. And then we have special instructions for the office. there. Okay. So that part is done. That's the most tedious part. Let me look in here and see if we want any of this stuff. You wanted to, so if you wanted to CC anyone, their email address would go in there. We're not going to deal with attachments right now because we don't really need to. So that's it, man. That's all of it. So now we're going to hit save. And you see right here, it's telling us it's saving. And if there's any glaringly obvious mistakes in your automation, Power Automate will throw up a flag, but nope, says your flow is ready to go. We recommend you test it. Which time do we have? 4.5 minutes. Okay. So what we can do from here is we can hit our little test button right here. And we will manually trigger our flow. Hit test down here. And now is where we go into our email. Come on. Email's being slow this evening. And we will find that invite we sent to ourselves to fill out our form. Okay, so you can see here we are. So customer name, we're just going to say Acme Manufacturing. Repair priority, I don't know, it's broke. Work order number. Contact on site is Edwin Rodriguez. All right. What kind of compressor is it? I don't know. It's a Solar. Model is an LS90. Serial number US125. Part number BOM. No. Repairs recommended. I don't know. Just fix it. Parts. We're going to need some stuff. Tax 1. 4 hours. And repair difficulty. Anybody can fix this thing. Special notes. None. See, I already see a mistake. We're going to have to go into our form and make that not a required field. But here we go. Submit the form. Now we're going to come back to Power Automate and we're going to watch our flow run. All 3 green check marks. And then if we come back to our email, all right, let's go into email this way. That way you guys can see it. Give me just a moment. What am I doing on time? All right, less than a minute. Come on, email. My apologies. This computer is being unforgivably slow, and I'm not sure why. Come on. There we go. So now if we click over to the email tab here, you will see this is the email that it sends back in. So this is what your office personnel would see. And that's it. We're out of time. So thanks for watching. Have a good one. Questions, comments, let me know.